welcome back to my channel. Marina here, and as always I'm excited to welcome you to another video. I'm not alone. Yay! Yes, I've met a fellow Nigerian YouTuber in Saskatoon who is my kind of crazy. Can you guys tell? I thought I was mad, but only 10 minutes here, everywhere scattered.
Everywhere not lost. Oh my God.
Well, to the people who are coming across my channel for the first time, welcome. My name is Marina. I'm Nigerian and I live in Saskatoon in Canada. On my channel, I share information about settling into life in Canada and information that helps foreign trained professionals to find their way back into their careers in Canada. If this is information that you're interested in, please do well to hit the subscribe button. Turn on the notification so you know every time I bring new content, you guys. So I'm not alone today. I am with a fellow Nigerian YouTuber who is in Saskatoon. Yay! Her name is Yemisi. Yay! We have been stalking each other on social media. We finally decided to meet and do this video together today. Yeah. You guys, I'm going to be leaving the link to Yemisi's channel in the description box and on the screen. So please do well to go there. Go and harass her. Okay, harass her and say hello from Marina. Okay, so in today's video, guys, as you would have seen from the title, we're going to be talking about what it's like as an international student in Saskatoon. Yemisi is going to be sharing with us her experience from the beginning. When I say beginning, from how she searched the schools, the application process, the timelines, study permit application, everything. Okay, so if it's something you want to see, you know what to do. Definitely keep watching. Okay. So Yemisi, tell us, when you decided that you wanted to study in Canada, what were the first steps that you took? Like, how did you search out a school? What were you looking for when you made that decision?
Okay, so the first thing I did, actually this is not the first time I'm applying for school. I applied in 2018 to a school in Ontario, but you know, I got denied. Then I decided to, you know, strategize and then look for a school that has like lower cost, that's lower tuition, and also I wanted a province where I knew someone, like, so that I don't feel too much alone. So that was what I looked out for, and then I started looking for courses that I could relate with. So at first I was looking for management courses because I studied business administration in Nigeria in my first degree, but I knew I needed like GRE, all those things, and I'm like, I'm not ready for this one. So I decided to go for something that I could relate with again, which is like public administration, because I realized that I started having a thing for NGO, you know, helping people, wanting to be in a public office, and I just, you know, knew that I needed to bring that dream my life. So I started looking for schools that take public administration courses, and then I discovered the University of Saskatchewan, and then I decided to go for it. Yeah. You know,
you mentioned something that I think is very important. You were able to tie your choice of the course to something that you like. Yeah. So beyond just doing a master's, you're doing something, you're taking a course in an area that you like, that you will be able to use. That's very important for people who email me, because I get these questions a lot, and that's why I thought it would be a good idea for you to hear firsthand from somebody who has experienced this. Yeah. The choice of the course. Sometimes when people ask me, oh, what course should I study, I'm like, it's very hard for me to make that determination for you, because it has to tie to something you like. What's your own long-term goal? What do you want? That's what's going to influence the kind of courses you take. So hearing it again now just reiterates what I say to people when they ask me that question. So what was the admission process like? What were the timelines like from start to finish? How long did it take for you when you applied to when you got the response and you had been accepted? How did that work?
Okay, so in my own case, I applied in December, and by January 25th or so I got my admission. And to be honest, at that point I just felt like, okay, because it wasn't stressful for me until I got into the school system and realized that a lot of my colleagues were denied once or twice before they got the admission. But for me it was very stress-free.
You must have had a very competitive entrance average. Let me just tell you for free. Because for you to apply in December, you get a response in January, means that your application was competitive. So look at you go, smarty. So I IELTS it seems to be like a big part for international application.
Yeah.
Did you have that waived, or did you have to write IELTS?
Oh, I got that waived because I'm from Nigeria, like she rightly said. And in Nigeria we are taught in English, so that's like our first language. So I did not require, so I wasn't required to provide any IELTS. What I did was just to tell them I have my first degree in English language, and yeah, so they waived it off.
Exactly. So for people who are from countries where English is like your first language, or you already have prior education where English was the primary language of instruction, you typically can request for a waiver. They will not take it off the website, because I find that that's another thing people ask me, but there's IELTS on the website.
Yeah.
It's going to stay on the website because the requirements you see on the website are standard requirements. It's for people who are applying from all over the world. So while certain requirements may not apply to you as a primary English speaker, it might be different for someone who's from a country where English is not their primary language. So that requirement will always be there. But for Nigerian applicants, I know for Ghanaian applicants as well, with the University of Saskatchewan, you can write and say English was the primary language of instruction with your first degree, and you will get a waiver. So that's something to take note of. If you're interested in applying to a Canadian university, that requirement can be waived. Okay, so for you, timelines were basically short because for some other people it might take longer, because I know that University of Saskatchewan graduate programs, the portal, depending on the graduate school actually, it opens anywhere from like end of September, beginning of October for September of the next year. So for you to apply in December, I'm very impressed by that, honestly, because I worked there. I worked in one of the graduate schools in the U of S, and I know how those things work. So when you get speedy responses like that, it means they don't want any other school to snatch this one in your mind. Okay, so let's now come to the elephant in the room, which is the study permit application, especially for applicants from West Africa. I am aware that the rejection rate has been so high. I hear that it's a bit different now, like things are changing now. So please tell us, how did you do that part? Like, what was the, first of all, what are like the basic requirements for like Nigerian applicants, and then what was it like for you? How did you put your study permit application together?
Okay, so like I said before, I was denied before, and then this second time I decided that, you know what, I have to put everything in place, and I have to explain in details, because that is also a very important thing to note when you're writing your letter of explanation or your statement of purpose, whichever way. So for me, my study permit was quite easy this time because I knew what I wanted to do. For the first question, the basic requirement, especially from West Africa, is that you should ensure that your international passport, of course, your statement of is valid, your statement of purpose, your financial statement, that's your bank statement, must be financially sufficient. You know, you should be able to prove sufficiency in your bank statement. Meanwhile, I'll tell people to go for NSE, which is Nigerian Student Express. That one tries to like fast track your application, right? So yeah, those are like the things. And also, if you have landed properties, put it in your application.
That's how you establish strong ties to your country, right?
Yeah, that's how you establish strong ties. And always explain why you're studying that course, how it's going to be useful for you in your home country, and you know, why Canada in the first place. Exactly.
So it brings us back to the initial point we made about how to pick a course. You see the reason why you need to be picking something that you can build a career path on. When it's time to apply for your study permit, you have to explain that just to show them. And honestly, these guys who are visa officers, they are trained. They know what they are doing. They know when you're just putting together patch stories. They know, honestly. So you want to make sure that from the beginning you're even making the right choices, because it will be easier for you to explain them down the line. Right? Let's talk a little about the statement of purpose. I know statement of intent when you are applying to the school. You also have to provide statement of purpose to the visa officer. What does that cover?
The three important things that I would always tell people to include in their statement of purpose, because in my opinion, that's like very important things anyway. The first thing is, what is the intending course? Why that university? Why that course? How are you going to pay for that course? How are you going to survive here in Canada? What's your means of financial income to cover your expenses, tuition, living expenses, miscellaneous, every expenses whatsoever in Canada? Because like I always say, Canada does not want it to be a liability.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So then the other part is how that course is going to help in your home country, how you are going to establish that course, like make it,
how does it become relevant? Why is it relevant to you?
In the first place? Yes, and how you're going to make something great out of it in your home country, because Canada understands that a lot of people want to come down here. So why should I accept you in my country? Something like that. So just ensure that you are very clear in all your explanation in the statement of purpose.
So the statement of purpose, from what I hear you say, the explanation is like it's what you use to explain the decisions you have made and the supporting documents you're submitting.
Exactly. And then just to convince, that's what will convince the visa officer, because you know there's no interview. So it's your statement of purpose that is saying everything to the visa officer in country.
I hear this and I hear like a cover letter.
Yes.
When you're applying for a job,
exactly.
When you're submitting your resume, the cover letter is like your first brag about yourself, explain why we should even take a second look at this.
Yeah, exactly.
But don't let me digress, okay? So you heard it, statement of purpose has to explain. It's like you should have the explanation. If there's anything in your application that you feel this might confuse the visa officer, the statement of purpose is the place to explain it. If there's any gray area, you want to make sure that you're giving sufficient explanation. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Yemisi, for that information. So when you got your passport back and it had been stamped and you were ready to arrive in Canada as an international student, what did you do between that and when you arrived?
Oh, wow.
Aside shopping for Nigerian food, which I know is standard.
Definitely. So, okay, by the time I got my passport request, I was already in the school system. I had already started my classes. So it was just like, okay, when are you going to move down finally to continue your education? So what I did basically was just to, you know, wait for the code to go down in Canada. And then I just started putting things together. Basically, yeah, that's it.
Okay, so for a little context, when she said she was already in the school system, Canadian universities last year or this year, because of the pandemic, allowed international students to join classes online from their home countries because of the travel restrictions. So when people couldn't arrive in Canada, international students joined their universities from their home country. They joined classes online. So I think that's what you mean when you say you're already in the school system, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what were your initial shockers when you now eventually land? When did you land? What month of the year?
April.
Well, small sanity.
Small cold.
So what was it like for you? What were like your initial shockers to say, what am I doing here? Like,
it got to a point, to be honest, I felt like, is this the Canada? Like, is this the Canada that they want to kill me for? But to be honest, like, you know, that was the period where the whole insecurity in Nigeria started, and I was just thankful
or heightened.
Oh, heightened.
Because because I know it's been there even since before I left.
Yes, but like it was now more pronounced, and I was like, okay, I'm thankful. Like I now saw the reason why I should have taken the move, and then I took the move, right? When I landed in Saskatoon, the cold, hey, I don't even know how to explain, and it was still -5, oh, but it
was -5.
It was -5. I was shivering. I was not just shaking. My mouth, everything.
Oh Jesus, Saskatoon, should we tell her?
But you know, the person was like, you better get used to it, because this one is nothing. And the person was actually putting on shorts, so I mean, used to it. So that was the first thing. Then trying to find my way around with the map. Oh my god. Trying to get a bus. So many times I get there later than the time the bus would have arrived. Sometimes, you know, right now I know the buses that go through my route, so I can enter any one. But before, I have to ensure that I'm looking at my phone. Entering the right one. What else? Costs, exchange rates. I was converting everything that could be converted. And guys, you see these people the price of whatever you are buying is without tax. So you have to now still infuse the tax into your cost. Because I mean, it's a lot. That's what I'm going to tell you.
See, babe, see, that thing used to happen to me a lot as well. Like when you get into a store, you're picking a couple of things. So in your head, you're doing like a rough calculation. I know what the total should be, and then you get to the store, how much is this tax? You know? So that part, I think it happens to the best of us. As for that exchange rate, I borrowed myself sense quite quickly to say, if you know you don't want to go and buy machine and be testing your blood pressure every day, you better just pretend that you don't know there's anything to convert this to. So yeah, this is so typical, like for people to convert. Anyway, so overall, what would you say if you had to give general advice to somebody who's an international student who's looking to come and study in a Canadian university? Like, what kind of advice would you give them?
I'm going to tell you to give it all your best, because it's worth it. To be honest, like, don't listen to naysayers. It is worth it. I mean, right now the exchange rate can tell you why you should even come down here, because sending money back home, you just feel like one rich person. To be honest. But aside that, the education, the quality of education, the exposure, guys, like, there are so many things I've learned that are, you know, I mean, a lot of things that I might not even remember right now, but go get the admission, put in all your efforts into the visa application, everything you need to do to convince the visa officer. Believe me, just go for it. That's what I'm going to tell you.
I can totally relate though when you talk about the quality of the education, because I'm in school right now as well, and even though it's not a graduate degree I'm doing, the way education is done here is a bit different from what I have known. It's almost like nobody's interested in how much you are able to repeat what you have been told. They tell you something, but you are assessed on your ability to interpret what you have been told, to apply what you have been told, not necessarily garbage in, garbage out, right? Nobody's going to say, come and define this or remember this definition. Just, you can copy your textbook. That's why you can do an exam online, open book, and you can still fail it. Because you are assessed on your ability to interpret, to apply what you have been told, and not necessarily just repeat after me. And they encourage you to think, encourage you to use your own head. Like, you don't have to buy it because I say so. Explain it to me the way you understand it. So yeah, that one I would say yes. I like the quality of the education here. I like how education is done here. Your instructors are interested in your success. They are there to serve you, and they let you know. That's the truth. Because for me, I've had trouble with certain exams, or not exams, maybe like assessments, and I reach out to the instructor, say, hey, I'm struggling with this, and like, what do you need? What kind of help can I give you? In fact, one instructor said, send me the thing that you're looking at. I will tell you what the problem is. And he looked at it and he told me, okay, you missed this step, so go back and do it. It's an assessment that I was getting assessed on. But he provided that information to me because I'm struggling, and for him the job is to make sure I can succeed, you know. So
talking about that, actually in this last semester I also struggled with a particular project with my teammates, and it was so bad because like it was something I was not used to, and you know, we were supposed to do a project on it and also pitch it to the investors. It was, you know, I was lagging behind, I would not even lie, and before you know it, my professor reached out to me and started, you know, he set up a Zoom call. And we discussed, it was, you know, at a point he said, you know what, I'm not going to assess you based on this particular project. I just wanted to pick anything about your home country that I think I should know or have information about. And then I just wrote a long list of things. And yeah, that was how I passed the course.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's how it can be very difficult. Very stressful to settle in, but eventually when you're in, it's worth it.
Yeah, it becomes, the ride gets smoother as you settle in. Thank you very much. Even I have learned from this video today, and I hope that you have learned something from this as well. If you have, please do well to leave it in the comment section below. If there's something that we missed out, if you're an international student in Canada and there's additional information you would like to add to this, please do well to leave it in the comment section below. People are going to be checking it, and it'll be nice to learn from you as well. Thank you very much, Yemisi, for coming on my channel. We also have a video on Yemisi's channel, so please do well to head on to our channel to go and see the video that we did together. Crazy video, I assure you. Go and check out the video we did together. Please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to support our channel. Let us grow our, maybe very soon we'll now have Nigerian Saskatoon community. Saskatoon YouTubers, you know the way they say Lagos YouTubers, Port Harcourt YouTubers, we also have Saskatoon YouTubers. So please guys, please help us. Do well to go to Yemisi's channel and please show her some love, okay?
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for watching this video, guys. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please do well to hit subscribe. Don't be left behind, okay? Thank you very much for watching this video, guys, and until I come your way in the next one, it's Marina saying thank you and have an awesome day. Bye guys.
Bye.